Anno 117 Pax Romana is an upcoming strategy-based game set in ancient Rome, and a big component of it is city building. And city building is required for efficiency, managing production line, and functionality. Now, you could have a build as simple as this, where you string together a lot of buildings divided by pathways, join them, or you can come up with a much more aesthetically visually pleasing layout that's more natural, organic, with ornaments scattered around the residences to make them come alive a bit more. So you can go from this to this. And I'll show you how to set this up. Okay, so as soon as you load into your map, what you want to do is lay down a foundation for what will become your residence. So here I'll just build one block, which I will then copy and paste, and you can change the variation and make them unique with ornaments and the layout design. But when you build this block, it gives you plenty of real estate and room to maneuver and then create residence according to your preference. So here I'm gonna maybe go 13 by 13. I'm going to lay down some buildings inside. Oops. Now this gives you a lot of freedom. Gives you a lot of freedom to play around with as you wish. Maybe I don't want that road going across. Maybe I can just make it go straight. And then the space in between, you can stick some ornaments. You can stick some paving down, some pathways. And lay down some braziers or little torches. Whatever it is, you can play around with your personal preference, and then it just becomes a simple task of copy and paste. And remember, when you are, planning out, maybe in the blueprint or in the planning mode, laying the blocks on the foundation, you are going to have like a villa, a marketplace, and other amenities that you're going to have to put down near residences to boost income and gain some bonuses. So you leave some space for those amenities. But with this block, even if you don't, you can replan and reorganize as you need. Don't start off building too many buildings at the very start, because first you need to need a lot of timber as well. So you need some you're gonna need some timber for woodcutters and sawmill and warehouses. So don't down every single building at the very start. And when I started this off, I just started throwing down buildings. You could just easily create it in the blueprint mode. So here you can just go, not the path we know is 13 by 13. You can just do this. Planning mode. So this is just a blueprint for it if you don't want to build just yet. And then, you can just copy and paste. Easy as pie. And then you have plenty of space in between. You can check in more houses, residences, or just make them pretty if that's what you desire. So this was just a quick guide on city layouts. You can play around with it. You can make the blocks bigger, smaller, according to your liking. This is just a rough idea of how to build and maybe make it more aesthetically pleasing when you're starting off. It offers both functionality and just a better thought out, planned out island for your gameplay. Now, it's probably not the best layout I've ever made, but it is 100 times better than just tricking. Now, this is probably not the best layout you can do, and I'm sure as the game fully releases, there's like a sandbox area where you can, come up with different blueprints that you can carry over into your campaign game. But this is a lot better than just a bunch of houses stuck together, separated by a single pathway. I mean, if it's functional for you, it's fine. Probably saves you some, room to build other buildings and whatnot. But having all of these buildings clumped together, and city building being a big part of it, you might want something a bit more visually pleasing or well thought out. So yeah, give this a try and let me know your thoughts. And if you found this useful, hit that like button, subscribe, and until next time. Cheerio.